All right, it's Sunday. We've made a good run of it so far. Keeping up with our 5 minutes a day stuff, right? And Sunday, keeping track of the days. And what do I do on Sundays? Gotta do some extra stretching. So today we're going back to sword yoga. And as we've been working on secondary, starting with the Dagger, right? We'll probably try Buckway next week, why not? But as we're starting with secondaries, let's have today's stretching, balancing workouts, focus on making sure we're able to implement our secondary, and in particularly for this one, the Dagger. The important thing you want to be able to do with a secondary in general is when you're fighting, you want to be able to bring your secondary to bear, right? And that means we want to have good balance and good twist of our, good rotation twist, right? Being able to do these sorts of things without hurting yourself is important. And the way you do it without hurting yourself is you do the yoga before the injury happens, so you don't get the injury, and then you don't have to do the mandatory yoga afterwards, right? Physical therapy, mostly yoga. All right, I got a mat here because I was using it my last workout, so I'll keep it out. Now let's start with our usual, I'll put the Dagger up here. Usual warm-up. I love the sun salutation warm-up. I work out with Tony Horton on the TV, so that's what he does. That's what I like. So you get near the front of your mat because we're going to have to hop back. Remember, modify for yourself. Yoga stretch balance days are about getting fit, about keeping you limber, about being in good shape. It's not about getting an injury or hurting yourself. If one of these feels uncomfortable to you, skip it or modify, right? And if I remember any of the modifications, I'll show them as we go. Okay, so feet together, facing forward. And get that golden string, right? Pull yourself nice and straight. Posture is a big deal. We're going to bring our arms up over our heads. Oh, plug your fingers into the sky. Now scraping the back of our arms, back of the wall with our hands. We come down. I just needed that shoulder stretch, so let's do it again. Back up. And now as we come down, when we get halfway, we're going to extend our arms. Extend our arms. We're going to bend forward into our forward bend. And let your hands come down and brush the floor. Oh, feet together all nice, right? Now we're going to come up to flat back, and I'm going to turn this way again. And remember, get that back nice and flat. Flex it in there. Make sure you've got that flat back. And if your flat back is up here because the down is uncomfortable, you don't have to go as low as me. Flat back. Fall back down. Now you can bend your knees here if you have to. Put your hands next to your feet. And we're going to have to bend our knees for the next part as we step or float back into plank, right? Or a forward leaning rest. Now pinching our sides together as we go down with our elbows. Pinching our sides. I'm going to come up into upward dog. You might have to be in downward dog. You might not be able to go that low, don't worry about it. It's this stretch. Make sure if you're here though, even if you're in Cobra, get that head up high. Don't let it fall down. That's not what we're doing here. Now I like an extra push up here. You don't need one. But I like to come back down, push myself up into downward dog. And again, ears, biceps, that's what we're looking for here. You don't want to be here. You want to get that sit bone to the sky and ears next to your biceps. Since this is our warm-up one, let's go ahead and shift our weight to the right foot. And shift back to the left foot. Back to the right foot. I can feel that in my calves real good. Oh, don't lose that form. Back to the left foot. Both heels down. Now looking up, we're going to step or jump the float back up to our hands. And now straightening my legs. I'm going to come up to flat back. Touch the floor. And now looking up first, I'm going to reverse swan dive. Back up. Back. to prayer. All right, we did the warm-up. Now again, we're going to focus on some ones. They're just focusing on stretching out our hips a bit and making sure we can get that full rotation with the arms. We're going to get there the same way though, because we want to keep building up that muscle set. And then we'll do a couple stretches on the floor to make sure we keep our hips limber. All right, so we're going to go back into, we're going to get into our warrior position, but we're going to get back there using the same vinyasa situation. To the sky, out wide, straight, right? Get to that pose. Swan dive forward, splash. Back up to flat back. Back down, kick our feet back. And the more you can control that, the more you'll build your synergistic muscles. Pinching our sides, up. Now I don't touch the floor when I do that. I just brush, I get real close. If you have to touch the floor, that's okay. But if you want more intensity, don't touch the floor. Oh, I feel that good. And then back down. Downward dog. Now I'm going to take my right leg and put it up to the sky. Now you can feel that stretch by itself as we swing it through. And again, if you miss here, if you're like here or something, you can grab your foot, bring it up. And let's put our back foot flat. And we're going to come up to our first warrior one. Now I'm going to get my dagger because we're working dagger today, right? I'm going to come up to my warrior one. Warrior two. And now work on that dagger stretch, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my dagger forward. I'm going to bring my right arm back to feel that twist. Now for this one, I'm going to keep my knee low. And I'm going to try to get that twist as best I can. And get where's comfy for you. Guys, if this is as far as you get, that's okay. Just make sure your chest stays open. And you make as much of a twist as you can. Look towards that backhand if you can. Don't worry about the dagger being straight about now. Just worry about getting that twist. Now, we're going to straighten our leg. And we're going to bring our front leg a little more forward. Right? I'm going to point my back heel more because I want to get that good rotation out of this. Come in. One arm forward, one arm back. I'm going to lean as far as I can, like I'm going to try to stab him with the dagger until I go down. Now you can use the dagger as a brace. You can come all the way down if you're a little more flexible. And then you can twist to get that final twist. That straight leg this time, up to the sky. Thing with these poses, you got to hold them a minute to get the full impact. All right, now I'm going to move my dagger. I'm going to come down with both hands, and I'm going to float my foot back into my pose. So I'm back in plank. Let's do another vinyasa. Up. Oh, feel that stretch. Back to downward dog. Push up if you want one. Left foot to the sky. Get that stretch first before you swing it through. Get that stretch. Get that balance. Swing it through. Back foot goes down. Grabbing my dagger. Up. To warrior one. Out. To warrior two. Now as before, we're going for that twist, right? So I want to keep my chest open, and I'm going to twist. Make sure you don't hit your TV. If you've got one of these where you're stretching, and I'm going to lean back, getting as much as I can out of that stretch for my chest, that stretch for my hip, getting down with my leg on this one. Just feel that, and I can feel it right down there. And in my shoulders and in my back. Okay, now I'm going to bring this leg forward. Get my legs a little wider than shoulder width, but not as wide as they were before. And now, stabbing forward with my dagger, reaching back with my arm. I'm going to reach as far as I can, straight leg, till I can reach no more. And then I'm going to fall forward. And again, like I said, if you want to hold your dagger here, if you want to hold your dagger here, make sure it's not your face. You don't want to fall in it, okay? But whatever you're doing to maintain this posture, that's fine. I like to go a little lower than I can with my dagger. Straightening both legs. Reach into the sky. Getting that good twist. So everything is stretching. Gotta hold that a minute. I always forget this one, but you can also bring your hand up. For this one, I'm staying here though. And then grab my dagger. Actually, I won't need it for this one. Now I'm going to bring both arms down. Come back to my plank. Forward. Upward dog. Back down. Downward dog. Now looking up at my hands first. I'm going to jump up. Feet together. Hands down. Now, I'm not going to reverse swan dive for this one. I'm going to face you so you can see it. This one we roll up slowly, making sure our back rolls up slowly. Got it? Not looking up. Maintaining my vision down. I'm going to slowly, and you can bend your knees here if that helps. Slowly roll up. Slow. Slow. I'm not even done yet. Still looking down. And now when I get to the point where I can look up, my arms come with me, and I get nice and straight. So I reach up to the sky. And then again, scraping the backs of the walls. Bring my arms together. Oh, okay, so we got some good torso rotation. You can feel that in your legs, I hope, too. Let's see. Let's keep working on our balance. We've done these ones before, but they're good balance postures to help continue to build our centers and our foundational skills, right? Okay, so again, starting with tree pose, because this one's always a good pose. I'm going to do my left leg first. So my right leg is going to come inside, placing here. And I watched my surrogate mom, Allie, today do some yoga because it's awesome. She's doing a thing like I am. And I've seen for the first time, if this is too much for you, guess what? This is still tree pose, right? You're still building that balance. So come lower if you have to. Brilliant. Thank you, Ellie. But I'm going to come up here because it's better for me. And then we're going to put our branches out. Now, some people can close their eyes here, but that's too much for me. I lose my balance too hard. I do looking up to make it a little more intense for myself. And again, this is an issue of just holding it. So let's do 3 breaths. If you fall out of this, that's okay. Come back in. You should have a little bit of movement. That's good for those synergistic muscles. Coming back down, remember, we don't fall out of these poses. You want to come out of them slow. Control. Control. It's all about control. Okay, other foot. Oh. Again, like I said, if you're coming just to here and up, you're still in tree pose. You're still building those balance muscles that we want to build, right? But again, for me, it feels good in here. I like it. Up high. Works for me. Hands together. And then out. Make sure you show you my back real quick. You don't want to come into this pose and like be here. You want to get everything up. You want to get that good straight part. Looking up. Think about that. Get that good reach. Don't let your shoulders slump. Don't let them come down. Don't come half. Try to go high. And if you have to come here instead, this is still a good pose. You're still getting the exercise. Got it? But I like a little higher. Now we've held this a while, so let's do 2 breaths. One more. And then coming out slowly. Okay. So we've done that one. Let's get that 1 foot out again. Now, if the mat is too squishy for your balance, you don't have to stay on the mat. You can come off on the carpet, hard floor, whatever you got. Doesn't matter. We're going to be bringing our right knee up, right? Now, modification, you can just bring your leg out and hold it. For me, I'm going to grab my toe and I'm going to bring it out. Again, it's okay if you fall out of these. I'm going to bring my dagger forward because it's ready, right? Because I'm ready. And I'm building this for 3 breaths. 1, chest high. Don't get to this, right? That threw off my balance. We want to make sure we stay high. And if your leg can't go that high, if you're holding it down here, you find the balance for you. We're just building this balance. Now I've thrown off my breaths. 2 more. Last one. Now bring your leg in and slowly let go. Don't fall out of these postures. Other side. Bringing it in. Bringing it out. Dagger goes with me. Because remember, you want your dagger out in front of you, right? It's not back here. It's in front of you. Think about the dagger. It takes your mind off everything else. 1. 2. 3. Slow, slow, slow. Slow, slow, slow. If you need more time in any of these postures, feel free to do them longer. 3 breaths is normally about enough, but the longer, the better, the more exercise you get out of them. All right, just some sword yoga for your weekend. Get you stretching, get you thinking about having those balanced postures, get you thinking about being able to bring that dagger forward and around, keeping yourself nice and limber. All right, folks, comment if you want to focus on anything, and I'll see you all next week, tomorrow, if you count weeks by Sunday.